This happened to me in late 2022. That's a Walmart just outside of Louisville, Kentucky. I had just moved into my first apartment alone. New job, new city, trying to figure things out. It was around 9:30 p.m. on a Thursday night. Cold, but clear. I figured I'd do a quick Walmart run before heading home. Just snacks, paper towels, and stuff for the weekend. The parking lot was maybe half full, normal for that time of night. Inside, it was quiet. The usual mix of tired employees, bored couples, and a few mums grabbing diapers. I was walking past the baking aisle when I noticed a man. Tall, maybe late 30s, wearing a black hoodie and jeans. He stood at the end of the aisle, pretending to look at pancake mix, but I felt him glance at me as I passed. You know that feeling when someone's watching you just a second too long? I ignored it, kept walking, but then I saw him again. 2 aisles over, this time near canned soups. Again, just standing, not shopping, no cart, no basket. I told myself I was overthinking. Maybe he was just wandering. Maybe it was a coincidence. I picked up my pace, turned quickly into the toiletries section. Stayed there for a while, hoped he'd move on. After about 5 minutes, I stepped out, and there he was, just outside the aisle, pretending to look at shampoo. Still no cart, still just watching. This time our eyes met. He didn't smile, didn't nod, just stared. Blank. I turned and walked directly to the front of the store, but as I approached self-checkout, I glanced behind me. He was still there, about 20 feet back, just slowly following. I scanned my items fast, paid, no bags, just grabbed everything in my arms and booked it to the door. As I left, I heard footsteps behind me. Fast. I pushed through the doors and walked quickly toward my car. But instead of unlocking it, I kept walking, around the back of the building, into the garden center area. I crouched behind a pallet of soil and peeked through the rack. He came out a few seconds later, looking around. He wasn't pretending now. He was looking for me. He walked up and down the rows of cars, checking windows, peering into back seats. He didn't have keys, no car beeps, nothing. He was hunting. I waited, heart pounding, afraid to even breathe. Eventually he gave up, walked toward the side of the parking lot, got into a white van parked near the very edge, and sat there, engine running, lights off. I went back inside Walmart, straight to the customer service desk, told the first employee I saw. They took it seriously, called a manager and security right away. Security watched the cameras, confirmed he'd been following me for at least 20 minutes. They walked me to my car while another employee took down the van's plate number. When we reached my car, the van was gone. I filed a police report that night. They ran the plate and it came back unregistered. Never found him. I still shop at Walmart, but never that one. And never alone after dark. This happened to my sister back in 2020, and she still brings it up every now and then when we're talking about being careful in public. She had just finished a long shift at the hospital, she's a nurse, and stopped by a 24-hour Walmart around 11 p.m. to grab a few things before heading home. Her apartment was only about 10 minutes away, and this Walmart was on the way. She told me the store was pretty empty, just a couple of people, some employees stocking shelves, and a security guy near the front. Everything felt normal at first. She picked up a few frozen meals, some toothpaste, and walked over to grab laundry detergent. That's when she noticed a guy in a red hoodie standing at the end of the aisle. He wasn't shopping, he wasn't holding anything, just kind of watching. She moved to the next aisle. He followed. She switched to another one, and so did he, always just standing near the end, pretending to look at something. She didn't panic yet, but something about him made her nervous. He never got close, but he was always nearby. She took out her phone, acted like she was talking to someone, just to make it clear she wasn't alone. He disappeared for a few minutes after that. She thought maybe it was just her imagination. Maybe he was just shopping like everyone else. But when she got to self-checkout, he showed up again. No cart, no bags, just standing nearby, not checking out, and staring. She scanned her things as fast as she could. Then, instead of going straight to her car, she walked to the customer service desk and stood there pretending to look at gift cards. She watched him from the corner of her eye. He went outside, but didn't leave. She waited 5 more minutes, still there, pacing. That's when she got really scared. She flagged down the woman behind the counter, quietly told her what was going on. The employee didn't hesitate. She called over security. They offered to walk her out, but when they opened the doors, the man was gone, just vanished. They walked her to her car anyway, and right before she got in, security spotted the guy standing behind another vehicle at the far end of the lot. When he saw them looking, he ran, not walked, ran. They tried to follow, but he jumped into a car parked behind the building and drove off before they got the plate. She reported everything. The cops said they'd look into it, but nothing ever came of it. To this day, she swears if she'd gone to her car alone, something bad would have happened. She doesn't shop at night anymore, and she always checks behind her car before getting in. Always. This happened to me last summer, and I still double-check my mirrors every time I drive at night. I had just moved to a small town outside of Nashville for work. It was one of those quiet places where everything closed by 9 except for Walmart and one 24-hour gas station on the edge of town. I'd gotten used to late-night grocery runs after long shifts, and that night was no different. It was a Tuesday around 11:15 p.m. I ran into Walmart for a few quick things. Cereal, ibuprofen, frozen pizza, comfort stuff. The store was almost empty. One cashier, a few stockers in the back. Nothing out of the ordinary. Except for this guy. He was already in the parking lot when I pulled in, just standing between 2 cars near the middle of the lot. I didn't think much of it. Maybe he was waiting for someone. But when I came back outside with my bags about 15 minutes later, he was still there. Still just standing. I started walking a little faster toward my car. Not running or anything, but alert. I unlocked the door with my key fob and climbed in quickly, locked the doors. I looked up. He had moved. He was now standing 2 rows over, facing me directly. Again, not walking, not saying anything, just staring. I started my car and backed out. As I pulled toward the exit, I saw him heading in the same direction, but not toward the store, toward a dark sedan parked under a broken streetlight near the back of the lot. I didn't see him get in, but as I turned onto the main road, I saw headlights pull out behind me. At first I thought nothing of it. It's a public road, people drive. But then, every turn I made, they made. I took a random left, then another, still behind me. No signals, no passing, just hanging back. Far enough to not be obvious, but close enough to know. I turned into a small side street and parked with my lights off. The car passed me slowly, then stopped at the end of the block. That's when I panicked. I turned around and drove to the one place I knew had cameras and people, the gas station near the interstate, pulled in fast and parked right in front of the doors. The clerk inside gave me a weird look, but I didn't care. The sedan pulled into the lot across the street. It waited there for 5 minutes, maybe longer. Then it slowly drove off. I didn't go home right away. I sat in my car with the engine running, called my older brother, and talked it through. After about 20 minutes and a walk around my car by the clerk to make sure no one had tampered with anything, I finally headed home, taking the long way. That same week, I bought a dash cam, upgraded my door locks, got motion lights for the front and back of the house. I never saw that car again. But I also never go to that Walmart after dark anymore. And if I ever feel like I'm being followed, I don't drive straight home, ever. It was around 10:45 at night, nearly spring, still chilly enough to see your breath outside. I just finished closing at the coffee shop where I worked, just off Highway 31 in Columbus, Indiana. Decided to stop by the Walmart on Whitfield Drive on my way home. Only needed a couple things: cat food, paper towels, maybe a frozen dinner. Parking lot was quiet, empty, not creepy exactly, just still. I parked close, right under one of those buzzing lights, the kind that flickers every few seconds like it's trying not to fall asleep. Inside, the store felt dead. Maybe 5 other people in there. A couple in pajamas arguing over peanut butter. A guy in work boots grabbing motor oil. And me. I was halfway through my list when I saw him. Mid-30s, buzzed hair, oversized hoodie, black, no logo, no cart, no basket, just standing at the end of the aisle, watching. Me. Not like checking someone out watching, just focused, unblinking. I moved on, didn't even grab what I was looking for. Next aisle over. He followed. Didn't say anything, didn't pretend to shop, just hovered at the edge, like he was waiting for something. I looped around to the opposite side of the store, pet section. Stayed there a while, pretending to compare brands. Every couple seconds I peeked over the shelves. Still there. Still behind me. Still empty-handed. I texted my roommate. Some guy's following me in Walmart. Creepy. No reply. I decided to check out. Fast. Cut through to self-checkout. Scanned everything with one hand, kept the other on my phone. He didn't get in line, didn't check out. Just stood behind the sunglasses rack near the doors, watching. I left fast, pushed through the sliding doors and hit my fob 3 times. Beep, beep, beep. Lights blinked. I got in, locked the door, started the engine, checked the mirror. He was walking out, not toward the store, not toward a car, just slowly toward mine. I didn't wait, threw it in reverse, peeled out, didn't care who saw, didn't care if I looked insane. Took the long way home, random turns, 3 rights, 2 lefts, through a neighborhood I didn't even recognize. Checked my mirror the whole time. Didn't see him. Didn't see a car. Didn't even know if he had one. When I finally pulled into my complex, I just sat in the driveway, engine running, hand on the horn, just in case. Eventually I went inside, locked everything, blinds drawn. I don't shop at that Walmart anymore, not alone, not at night. Some people just want to watch, and some don't care if you know it. It happened in Boise, Idaho, last fall. Thursday night, a little after 9:30. I had just finished night classes at the community college, stopped by the Walmart on Overland Road for a few things. Nothing major. Granola bars, laundry pods, dog treats. The parking lot was quiet, but not empty. A few families. A couple people loading their trunks. A guy in a neon vest rounding up carts. Everything felt normal. I parked near one of the cart returns under the lights, grabbed a basket and headed in. The store wasn't busy. A few moms, a couple of teenagers, messing around in electronics. One employee near the back, restocking soda. I remember feeling calm, safe, until I noticed the guy, middle-aged, heavy-set, beard, dark jacket. At first he was behind me in the snack aisle, just browsing. Then I saw him again near the pet food. Still no cart, still no basket, still empty-handed. He was just close. I turned into frozen foods, looked back. He turned too, not even subtle. We locked eyes for a second. His expression didn't change. No nod, no smile. Just blank. I picked up the pace, grabbed my last 2 items and went to self-checkout. I paid, bagged everything fast, kept looking over my shoulder. He wasn't near the doors. He was standing off to the side, just far enough to not seem obvious. But I knew he was watching. I left, held my keys tight, walked straight to my car without looking around, threw the bags in, got in, locked the doors, started the engine, and saw him again, coming out of the store, walking across the lot, not to a car, just walking, slowly. I didn't wait to find out what direction he was headed. Pulled out of the lot and turned onto the main road. Thought maybe I was being paranoid. Maybe it was nothing. Then I noticed headlights pull out behind me. Same distance, same turns. I kept driving. 4 blocks. Still there. So I made a sudden right into a well-lit Chevron station near the highway. Pulled up to the pump, got out of the car, acted like I was getting gas even though my tank was full. The car behind me didn't pull in. It parked across the street, facing the station. Lights off. I stood there with my phone out, pretending to scroll, not moving. I saw him in the driver's seat. Same jacket, same build. He didn't get out, just waited. Eventually, a pickup pulled into the pump next to me. 2 guys got out laughing, talking loud. I nodded like I knew them. The second they showed up, the guy's car across the street pulled away. No lights, no signal, just disappeared down a side road. I waited 5 more minutes, got in my car, drove to a friend's place instead of home, told them what happened. They weren't surprised. "Weird stuff happens at that Walmart all the time," one of them said. "People wait around late hoping someone lets their guard down." I still shop at Walmart, but now I go in the morning. Always watch the aisles, and if someone's behind me in more than one section, I leave. Because I learned something that night. Being followed doesn't always look like a chase. Sometimes it looks like patience. Remember, fear doesn't go away. It just follows you home.